Hello, my nikineki,羽ばたいてるね, is a way that I can compliment you by saying that you're looking good, doing well, vibing right. So this phrase comes from the verb habataku, which means to flap your wings, which is just like a normal word. So if you see somebody complimenting a bird for habataiteru, it might just be because the bird is flying. Look, if the bird is very attractive, they can obviously use this term to compliment it, but assume flapping the wings would be the norm there. Now, while the way that like a real Japanese word becomes a slang word can be tricky to trace, in this case it's not, because the way that habataku went for a word for just talking about wings to something for complimenting people relates to a specific person, and that is the gyaru model for the magazine Egg, known as Eripi. Basically what happened is that in October 27th of 2021, Egg released a video where Eripi was helping another model named Juna do her makeup. And as part of this, Eripi attached some fake eyelashes, and then when they were done, stated habataiteru ne. Let's watch this happen. Now what's interesting is this doesn't feel like forced or like something that she'd said before, it just kind of came out. I haven't found a source where Eripi really explains why. But I'm guessing it's because the eyelashes were kind of, like spread out in a way. That said, maybe this is just like a thing you say when people have nice eyelashes, because like I found this post from 2011 that actually says it, so who knows? But the person that made this post and all the other people that have used this phrase were not Egg models. That's the key difference. Nevertheless, Egg and the kind of gyaru community that they cultivate hopped onto this term and really promoted it, as literally less than a month later, on November 9th of 2021, they released a video where they called it the third best gyaru term of the year, as you can see here. And this got it picked up in kind of mainstream media, with TV Asahi discussing the term, live on air.
こちら羽ばたいてるね。小松さん、これどういった意味でしょうか。
おじさんの直感は、言われても喜んではいけないやつなんじゃないかなっていう感じ。
実は前向きなワードなんです。
あらやだ。
意味は漏れてるねですとかイケているねといった意味で使うようなんですね。文章にしてみますと、小松さん、そのファッション今日羽ばたいてるね。小松さんのファッションすごいイケてるね、決まってるねという意味で使うそうなんです。今の若者は。
やっぱりちょっと素直に喜べない感じがしてきた。
That said, though, if you go back to that gyaru video, they do note that it doesn't seem to be super popular yet, and they encourage people to use it. So this...
まだ使ってるギャルは少ないが、年末年始に向けてブームの予感がしてください。羽ばたいてるね。羽ばたいてるね。使ってください。みんな羽ばたいてない。みんな羽ばたいてない。
So this might have been a preemptive sort of announcement. Egg liked it, but did the rest of the world? Well, that's tricky to find out, because it's hard to see how much use this term actually got. There is a hilarious Google Trends chart where there's a bump right in November, which coincides with the announcement. But it's hard to see if there was natural use online, because one of the problems is, in addition to just having the wing flap meaning, there's also like a metaphorical use of habataku, often is in the phrase sekai ni habataku, or like to spread your wings into the world, which is used to compliment people who are like being successful, especially kind of on the international stage. So when looking for examples of this phrase online, a lot of what I was seeing could potentially already have that earlier metaphorical meaning, which I wouldn't consider to be slang. Like this person here is clearly complimenting the idol that they like for, making it on a bigger stage. But I can confirm that even 4 years later in 2025, there are uses of this term which seem to specifically reference people looking good, vibing good, being attractive. Like this person here uses it to talk about an idol, and the person isn't like doing a wing flap gesture or anything like that, they're just, attractive. This to me is a pretty straightforward example used to compliment Minnie Mouse. This post is also similar, as I think it's a compliment on someone for being attractive rather than celebrating their kind of success on a global or larger stage than they're used to. Interestingly though, even if it's hard to find kind of like natural habataiteru ne use online, I was able to find a number of clear references to this phrase. That is, people making it very obvious that they associated this phrase with gyaru. This post, for instance, shows a poster for some susuyaki where it is listed as one of the gyaru phrases. I think it would have been better if they were advertising like chicken wings, but oh well. And believe it or not, I happened to stumble across the post where somebody was using it, obviously very self-consciously, along with the kyoko phrase I talked about in the last video. So there are people out there who, when they're trying to adopt a gyaru voice or parody a gyaru voice, use habataiteru ne as like a key part of that. Is this because they've encountered gyaru using it, or is this because, again, within a few weeks of it being used in a video, Egg decided it was one of the best gyaru terms of the year? I'm not sure, but I kind of like it. I think it's cute. It's also fun to say and good conjugation practice. Habataiteru ne, habatakanai ne, habatakeru ne, habatakaseta kata ne. good fun. So if you see one of your friends who is habataiteru, I encourage you to recognize it by saying habataiteru ne. That will motivate them to habatakoto suru, which means that you will be involved in habatakasateru, which means that you will be surrounded by habataiteru hida, which means that you are habatakarateru, which is a vibe we can all really go for and I think need more of in the world. Habatake.